Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Daniela, and in today's video I am showing you how I created this blue monochromatic eyeshadow look using the BH Cosmetics BFF Alondra and Elsie collab. This eyeshadow palette is so worth it. If you haven't gotten your hands on it, get it before it sells out and they don't bring it back. It was really nice to work with these shadows. They worked really well together. They blended well, and I think the look came out so pretty. Before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. To get started, I'm just gonna go ahead and moisturize my face. I've been using and loving this Lancome. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because it's in French, but this is so moisturizing, and it also has SPF. They have a day one and a night one, and the day one has SPF 30, which is really good. I always moisturize first before I get started with any eyeshadow because I want my face to be nice and moisturized by the time I am done with the shadow and I move on to the complexion. I love that moisturizer. It feels so good on the skin. But let's go ahead and move on to eyebrows. You guys know my holy grail, which is this e.l.f. pomade. I love this stuff, but I have a new obsession. It is the Benefit, what is this called? Brow Micro Filling Pen. You guys, this stuff is so good to recreate those like fake brow hairs, I guess. I don't like my brows to look so like boxy and drawn on, so this gives it a really cool effect. But first, let's start with the pomade. So I'll show you guys what I've been doing. I'm just using that on an e.l.f. like dual sided brush. This is an angled brush, and then this side has a spoolie. So I go ahead and pick up the pomade first, and I outline my eyebrows with this. This is in the color dark brown, I believe, medium brown. After I'm done with that pomade, I will go ahead and use this Benefit Brow Microfiling Pen. What's cool about this, if you guys haven't seen it before, is that it has these like super tiny brushes at the end, like 3 little spikes. I hope you guys can see that on camera. So it makes it super easy to create or to recreate those like brow hairs. So what I do with this is I just swipe up and fill in the rest of my brow. So as you guys can see, it still fills in the brow really nicely, but it doesn't look too fake. At least it doesn't in person. I'm pretty sure it looks crazy on camera, especially because I don't have any other makeup on, but I've been loving this stuff. There's another Benefit product that I've been really liking to set my brows, so I'll show you guys that at the end. Like that. Oh my god, my face looks so weird when I only have eyebrows on. But let's move on to the eyeshadow. You guys know that I love the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, but I recently got the soft ochre one and I have been loving it. It is more of like a yellow base, but it works really well with all eyeshadows and my skin tone, which I really like. This is what it looks like. I wish I still had some of that Painterly to compare the two, but Painterly is definitely more of like a peachy undertone. So let's apply this. Sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use my finger. I was gonna look for a brush, but let's just do it with the fingers. So that's what soft ochre looks like. It's super subtle, but it works really well with my eyelids, like I said. So for the start of the show, I'm going to be using this BFF Alondra and Elsie eyeshadow palette. You guys, I've seen tons of reviews on this, and I finally got my hands on it, and it is so worth it. The eyeshadows on here are so pretty. Let me take off this plastic so you guys can really see how cute these eyeshadows are. Hold on, let me get my life together. Okay, so this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. It is so pretty. Of course, the colors that I'm going to be using today are these blue ones here. So let's go ahead and grab an eyeshadow brush. This is the AOA Studio High Definition brush. These are literally $1. I'll leave the information down below for you guys. And I am going to pick up this color right here. It is called Malibu. This one right here. It is an identical color to the shirt that I'm wearing. Identical. I'm going to do a swatch for you guys. Can you guys see that? It is gorgeous. This color is so pretty. That was like me dipping my finger ever so slightly onto the eyeshadow. So let's pick up that color. I picked up just a little bit of product first because I want to make sure that I'm able to blend it all without it being like stuck in one area. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in a little bit more just so you guys see how pretty this eyeshadow is. I also switched to a shader brush. This is a medium shader brush. I got this on like in an Amazon brush bundle. I'll leave all the information down below, but it is super dense so that I am able to pack the color really, really well to the eyelid. Like that. And then I will go ahead and use that first blending brush that I was using at first and blend out the edges. Be careful because when I first started using this brush, it's so fluffy that it got the eyeshadow everywhere. And of course, you can pack this color as heavily or as light as you want. There is really no rules to makeup, and whoever tells you there is rules to it, don't listen to them. I'm going to pick up a little bit of Virgo. It's this pretty blue, like shimmery shadow. Malibu was completely matte. Virgo is more of like a shimmer or like a sheen, but I'm a Virgo, so I feel like it's only right to use Virgo. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that on that fluffy brush and apply a little bit on the outer V. So that's all we're gonna do for the eyeshadow. I might add another like shadow to the inner corner at the end, but for right now I really like how this is looking. So I'm gonna pick up my Colourpop Liquid liner in the color Numero Uno. It's just your regular black color, and it looks like this. It's just a felt tip, super easy to use. So let's do a wing. Now that my wings are not even, we can move on. For mascara, I'm going to be using my Tarte. This is the Man-Eater Tarte Mascara. And I'll apply a coat of that before I apply Falsies. For Falsies, I'm going to be using this Beige lashes. This is in the style D301. They're super wispy and they are like just so fluffy. I think they're gonna work really, really well with this eyeshadow look because I don't want anything that's way too full that's gonna take away from the eyeshadow. So let's apply these. You guys know the only glue that I use is my Kiss eyelash glue. So let's apply the lashes and I'll be right back. You guys, this is what the lashes look like. They were so easy to apply. I'm like so shocked because they were so inexpensive too. And they look so pretty. I love a wispy lash that doesn't take away from the eyeshadow, and these are so pretty. We'll just let the lash glue dry, but let's move on to the complexion. I have been obsessed with this primer. This is the Touch in Soul Icy Sherbet. I don't know how to say that. Primer. This is what it looks like. So you guys can take a look. It smells amazing, first of all, and the consistency I love. So it's not even like, I don't know how to describe it, maybe whipped. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using an oldie but a goodie. I love this foundation. This is the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I am in the color Valencia. It is such a good foundation. It is pricey, but so worth it. So I'm just gonna pick up a brush to blend this in. I go through phases where I only use a brush, and then I go through phases where I only use a beauty blender, usually the Real Techniques. But today I'm just gonna be using this little brush. I have tons of these, like any kind of buffing brush you can think of, I have. They're all clean, which I'm pretty proud of because they're not always that clean. I am who I am. Every time I use this foundation, I fall in love with it all over again because it is so pretty. It's really nice coverage, and it also doesn't feel cakey on the skin. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer, and I am the color Golden Beige. And I'll just use that same AOA brush. You guys, these are $1. Please don't sleep on these. They are really, really good. Actually, I'm going to let that set for a second before I buff it in. And I'm just going to be using my Fenty Beauty powder. This is the Pro Filt'r powder in the color Banana. I only have a sample version of it because I wanted to make sure I really liked it before I bought the full size. And so far, so good. It definitely gives me like abuelita powder vibes. It smells just like that, but it's good. So I'm gonna put some on the cap to have it ready to bake once my concealer is buffed in. Then I just use whatever is left over of the concealer on to like the other parts of my T-zone. So I put a little bit on my chin and a little bit on my forehead. I'm not a fan of like a super highlighted look on like my T-zone just because I get really, really oily throughout the day. So I tend to stay away from applying any extra product on those areas. I just use whatever is left on the brush and buff it in that way. So let me pick up a brush to put this powder on with. I honestly don't even know where this brush is from. Oh, it's Sonia Kashuk. I've had this for years. I feel like this is like one of the first brushes I ever got, and it's still holding strong. I have a hair on my face. And again, I'm just using that Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r loose powder in the color Banana to set that concealer because I am going to be using my micro smoothing powder on the rest of my face. Just like that. Now let's move on to the rest of the face powder. I am going to be using the Sephora Microsmoothing powder. You guys know I love this stuff. I am in the color Matte Tan 35. And I will just be using that on a kabuki brush. This is from e.l.f. So for contouring, I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild contouring palette. This one is in the color Dulce de Leche. I'm going to be using that on an e.l.f. blush brush. You guys know I love this one to contour. So let's apply a little bit of this. For blush, I'm going to be using something else from that BFF collection. This is the Snatched Face Palette. I was so bummed out when I got this because I'll show you guys. The highlight, which is called Sheen, came completely shattered. It's literally holding on because I pressed it down using the little like plastic that it comes with. So I haven't taking it off because I'm afraid it's gonna go everywhere. The highlight is really pretty. I just hate that it's completely broken, but that's okay. We'll work with it. So let me use actually a little bit of this contour too. The last one that's called Skinny Legend. I'm trying to show you guys without having this highlighter get everywhere. I'm gonna use Skinny Legend to contour a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the You're My Person blush that's in here, right here. You guys can see where that highlight is completely shattered. But let's use You're My Person before this gets everywhere. I'm using that on an AOA blush brush. BH Cosmetics never disappoints, you guys. Like, they are the OGs of like makeup palettes, and their pigmentation is so good and so affordable too. And so let's go ahead and set the eyebrows. The other Benefit product that I was talking about earlier that I am so in love with and obsessed with is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This is what it looks like. I got the trial size only because I wanted to make sure I really liked it, and I am obsessed. Definitely buying the full size. And I forgot to tell you guys earlier, the little trick to not drying out the brow micro filing pen is to, wherever you store it, make sure it's upside down so that the product, you know, it's always going down into the tip of the brush. Otherwise, I've heard some of the reviews that, you know, the pen works the first 2 times and then it dries out. So just make sure you store it upside down. This brow setter will literally like set your brows for 24 hours. It's like Gorilla Glue for your eyebrows. We are almost done, you guys. So let's go ahead and apply a little bit of under eye shadow before I apply my mascara. I'm gonna be using, I think, that same color that I used on my lid first, so Malibu. On that same eyeshadow shader brush, I'm just gonna like dip it this way, so right on the tip of the brush, and let's run this on the bottom lash line. For the waterline, I want to try this LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner. This one is in the color Fresh. It is more green than I would like it to be, but let's try it out and see how it works with this eyeshadow look. For the bottom lashes, I'm going to be using another one of my new favorites. This is the MAC Extended Play Gigablack Lash Mascara. You guys, this stuff is so good. If you have trouble with like your mascara transferring and you end up with raccoon eyes by the end of the day, try this. You will not be disappointed. This works wonders and it does not transfer, which I love. And that's really the only reason why I got it, because I was so sick and tired of mascara like transferring to my bottom and ruining my makeup. Because I applied that liner that was a little bit more green, I'm going to apply some of this You're Sick eyeshadow right in my inner corner just to pull the look together. So I'm going to grab another AOA Studio E143 brush. It's just a smaller shader brush. And let's put this You're Sick eyeshadow on the inner corner. Oh my god, you guys, this You're Sick eyeshadow is literally this color, this eyeliner in an eyeshadow. Alright guys, so the only thing we have left is the lips. Let's use this LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the color Cafe. This is what it looks like. It's just your basic nude lip liner. So I went ahead and filled the lips with that same lip liner, and now I'm just going to be using this Fenty Beauty Cream Lip Gloss in the color Honey Waffles. I wiped away those 2 lip combos because I was not happy with how they were looking. So let me try the Colourpop Lippiestix in Ziggie to see how it looks all together. I'm just going to kind of blot this in. So I just blotted some of that Lippiestix on, and now I'm gonna use the Fenty cream in the color Fenty Glow. Okay, yes, I like this combination so much better. So to not get you guys confused, I just used the Colourpop Lippiestix in the color Ziggie, and then I put the Fenty Glow lip gloss on top of it. To set everything, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Coconut spray. Let me move the hair out of the way and let's spray. Does anyone else love how setting spray makes your face feel once you're done with your makeup? It just refreshes everything and it like sucks all that powder away. But yeah, you guys, this is the final look. This is my monochromatic blue eyeshadow look. I really like how it came out. I feel like everything worked really well together in terms of the colors. I was a little skeptical about the eyeliner because I knew it was a little bit of a different shade, but I feel like the inner corner color is so perfectly like matched with the eyeliner. It works so well together. Hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in my next one.